Yes, Ecuador dropped the ball once again, but it's nothing new, and we've talked about it already for the past year and a half. Anybody coming to our channel knows about that. The truth is the truth. It is what it is. Make what you will out of it. Everybody's going to react the way they choose to react, but because our channel has always been a kind of truth bomb in and of itself, people tend to shy away from that, you know, that they want to. Nowadays there's so many different people you can listen to. Just to say that Ecuador has done a lot of things in the last 8 years or 10 years that we were there that were very discouraging for people that wanted to maybe consider moving there. Welcome to our channel, all things retire early lifestyle, at home or abroad, although that might be too wide a designation anymore. We've always talked about at home or abroad because we've done both, having a what people refer to a, you know, retire early lifestyle, a balanced life, a good life, living the good life. Our lifestyle has taken us from traveling the United States with family and children in a travel trailer and going to the beach and doing all these great things, and then being a stay-at-home dad and then traveling the world. All of those things are what the result of priority choices. Yeah, and so we spent 10 years over there in Ecuador, or close to it, and had a lot of great videos that we made. We were one of the very first. Actually, we were the first. You know, all we ever wanted to do was be the guys that told it like it really is, and yet even though we told it like it is, people were still coming or going to Ecuador. We would meet them and they'd say, yeah, we came to Ecuador because of your videos, or, you know, your videos were instrumental, your videos helped. Because at that time there wasn't any bloggers. Now of course there are a dime a dozen. And so Ecuador has done different things while we were there the whole 8 years. I mean, at one point they raised all these taxes and they started taxing all this kind of real estate, and the end result was that a lot of the wealthy Ecuadorians decided not to go there and put their money into property. So, you know, you regulate something, you're just discouraging it. And this latest thing that they came out with, well, that's going to be the same thing. You know, they're going to lose a lot of good people, but you know, a lot of times when these kinds of rules come out, they don't, they're not really thinking about the consequences, and it's just going to discourage a lot of good people from going to Ecuador. So, which is interesting because I just got a couple of emails just yesterday, people saying, did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened? And I'm just shaking my head going, guys, we were talking about this a year and a half ago. We were warning people, and that's the thing about our channel, is that we're frequently the very first people. Ever since this thing started, we've been warning people, and after we came back from Europe late summer last year, we've been warning everyone in Ecuador about what was happening, and you know, people didn't take it seriously. And I'm finding the same thing, you know, everywhere that we go, or any of the expat groups, people not taking it seriously. Until people's personal seat is on fire, they won't mobilize, they don't mobilize. But, you know, that's the whole point of this video, is that Ecuador has dropped the ball on several occasions in the past, and there was always an unintended consequence. And in many cases, a lot of these places, they have to backtrack or starve themselves. Although in this day and age, in this case, it kind of makes you wonder whether some of these people in charge of these decisions really care whether Ecuadorians starve or not, because the economy was already faltering in Ecuador. Not as many people were going to Ecuador for a while, at least not the volume of traffic that these places get when they're so heavily promoted by both digital nomad communities and retire abroad communities. and you know, all the drawbacks, all the things that, you know, people don't really tell you about retirement abroad. And that's why we're not pumpers about retirement abroad, because there's so many great things about it, but there's so many, you know, there's the other side of the story too. So will Ecuador pick the ball back up and do the right thing? It's not an easy question to answer. So, you know, Ecuador has such a potential to be a beacon of light in the world. It really does, because there is so much goodness here. There is some of the positives of Ecuador that have to do with natural health. That's one of the things that attracted us to Ecuador. There's a lot of indigenous and local knowledge of herbs and the land structure and health and this kind of thing. And it's very, very just interesting and rewarding to be in a place like this. And imagine, because you would have to imagine the goodness and the positive, and to say that you know, Ecuador could become a place where people come to be like the health bowl, the true health bowl of the world, where people are educated in alternative methods of health, immunology, and how to, you know, really just you make yourself immune to sickness and have a stronger immune system, a stronger body, and be able to repel and overcome a sickness and pulmonary infections when they come around. And therefore, to have a society that no longer lives in fear and simply embraces the goodness of its own land and its own people, and so that people can just simply live in harmony and good health. It's just an amazing thought. Well, I appreciate those people that wrote in, but I'm just shaking my head. You're like a day late and a dollar short. You're obviously not listening to our channel, the Truth Bomb channel. I mean, I really love the Ecuadorian people. I really do. The same can be said for, you know, the Latin culture in general. There's a lot of, just like any other culture, there's a lot of pros and cons. Americans have a lot of pros and cons. I mean, it just really depends on who you're talking to, really. You know, you can't really make sweeping generalizations about a people like that. There's, you know, different people in North America, and there's different people in Ecuador and in Mexico. So, but on a, generally speaking, though, you know, the Latin culture has what appears to be a lot of advantages over American culture in general, which is not even a very good statement to make, because American culture is very divided, whereas a lot of the Latin culture is pretty, what do you call that, just universal, because respect of family and you know, that kind of a thing. So you've got a lot more stability because of the respect for family, which is an amazing thing to have in a culture, and to be surrounded by those kinds of people. And of course, there's a lot of other details that go into that picture, so don't rush to conclusions and you know, accuse me of promoting anything. Just think, if we end up we wouldn't want to be promoting anything. Why? We might even get successful on the channel. Wouldn't want to do that. Okay, I'm being facetious. So yeah, Ecuador is dropping the ball, but lots of places are dropping the ball. And when it comes to freedoms, liberty, and human rights, if you find yourself arguing on one side or the other, remember that is the whole goal of those that want to divide people and conquer them. And so if you find yourself doing that, you're getting sucked in to an agenda, and I would reconsider your position as far as being a divisive person and being intolerant towards other people, you know, and not being accepting of other people's views and opinions. Really, it comes down to trusting the person, and when you trust the person, then if you have a dissenting opinion, an open-mindedness says that I accept you as a person, as an individual, and I respect you, even though I don't know, maybe it could be I don't know what you know, or you don't know what I know, or whatever. And remember, the greatest book you can be reading is the good book. Yes, Ecuador dropped the ball once again, but It's nothing new, and we've talked about it already for the past year and a half. Anybody coming to our channel knows about that. We always strive to be ourselves and just, you know, to be the people that you could trust, that when you said things, the truth is the truth, it is what it is, make what you will out of it. Everybody's going to react the way they choose to react, but because our channel has always been a kind of truth bomb in and of itself, people tend to shy away from that, you know, that they want to. Nowadays there's so many different people you can listen to. Just to say that Ecuador has done a lot of things in the last 8 years or 10 years that we were there that were very discouraging for people that wanted to maybe consider moving there, even though the whole time there was always the promoters and the mouthpieces, you know, going on and on about how everything's so wonderful. People that just want to feel good and want to validate their decision they've already made probably wouldn't be on our channel, and therefore they'd be the ones that would be caught by surprise. And we have a very loyal core following, but beyond that, you know, in order to grow a channel you have to appeal to the masses, and the masses don't want truth. The masses don't want truth, they just want to feel good. And so that's the conundrum that a channel like ours is in, and so we're just grappling with what to do about it. And you know, what we've wanted to do all along is show people how to make an informed decision, a properly informed decision, how to have both eyes wide open, I always say, how to get the real skinny on things. And you know, that's what we've all wanted to do all along. And it's funny because a lot of people, our core loyal group, already knows a lot of this stuff, but you've got a lot of, you know, what's considered the masses, that they kind of, maybe they come to your channel for a while, but then they run back to these other channels where they want to validate their decision. They've already decided they want to go to Ecuador. They don't really want you know, any other information other than whatever validates their decision, and that puts us in a conundrum as a channel. So we're enjoying a beautiful day here. I know that we've been to many different beaches. We have a comprehensive Rolodex of beaches to compare to, and so we have a sense for what kind of beaches we like and what kind of beaches we don't like. And we're really liking this beach. So, but not promoting. All right, hope you got something out of that. Have a wonderful day.